Hello everybody and welcome to the Schepp Real Estate 200 with the Grundy County iRacing series we've been doing throughout these crazy months. DJ Waltmeyer here with Steve Bechtel. Steve, you ready for some action, man? We're jumping right into it, already doing some qualifying. See, there's about 5 minutes and 25 seconds so far. Jeremy Banning on the pole, Anthony Dana in second, Blake Brown following those guys, Stan Zolatz and Richard Wilson in your top five so far. We have the 21 getting together, going around. This is a multi-car qualifying session, so everybody gearing up. 43 cars entered, 42 cars here. Going up so far, we got 39 that have taken time. And you can see Anthony Dana just jumping up into the top spot, just 3/hundredths faster than Jeremy Banning. So showing some speed early. He jumped up a couple spots. We're on Phil Martin right now. He's in seventh, just dropping down to eighth. Devin Rogers jumping up into the top five just now. 3 minutes 15 seconds left. Trying to get everybody some, not a problem, trying to get a little spotlight on everybody here. You got Clayton Schuler, he's currently in 15th. Landon Hocking, he's down in 17th so far. Still a lot of cars on the track. This is what we're going to be seeing here shortly. We're starting everybody here. Andrew Schroeder, he's in 27th. Michael Morris in 25 car, he's in 29th. DJ Workmeister making an appearance here. He's got a nice little hot rod there. 34th so far. And Coleman in the 42. Bring that car out. The throwback scheme on it. Guys only have about 2 minutes left right now in second place. Devin Rogers in the 25 car, he's in fifth back here. Peyton Senfer winning a lot of these races. He's currently in ninth with his time. Hard to pull out and kind of jump right into the action with these guys, but with no cautions, this is kind of what we're going to be seeing. There's not going to be a break for these guys. They're on a low fuel load. So they're going to be just jumping into it and trying to keep these things green. But if a big chain wreck happens, look for like what we just saw. These guys weaving in and out and all around. There's cars everywhere, and I mean, it's going to be a wild one. 200 laps the distance for these guys, having to stop for at least fuel. Cars flying all over your screen. You see the 19 jumping up all around. 1 minute 10 seconds left for these guys. Josh Nelms, he's in 21st right now. Got Josh Easto, he's rolling out there. He's 25th right now in that 26 machine. Timothy Scroggin, he went a little airborne there on our last view. That 19 car looks familiar. He races with us in the super late model division, trying to scoop by the 57 of Wilson there. Andrew Hayne out here making some laps in the 31 machine. Kyle Smith in that 52, he's made an appearance. But yeah, nowhere to go. Damage is on for this one, so it counts. You see the damage models. That's all realistic. These guys are going to have to jump to pit road, like I assume we're going to see here, and go in quick pit. So that's kind of what a quick repair looks like. You see Kyle Smith uses his toe, jumps down pit road, and then he has to jump down and peel his way back onto the track. So 20 seconds left in this one. We're going to jump right into the action and try to see if we can pull up our top 5. That is these cars are going to be lined up all the way around the track here. We're at Southern National Motorsports Park. This has been our local Grundy racetrack for all our action so far this year. Thinking about doing a little bit of traveling with us. We're going to do some Grundy, some other tracks in the future. Right now, everybody getting gridded up. And Zolot's here. Steve, you got a copy? Absolutely, good deal. Yeah, a lot of cars connected in this room, man. Internets are playing a hard role. I don't have a clear lineup. You only kind of see what you see at this point, but yeah, it's gonna be wild. Matt Clemens is in here with this one. Dana's lined up, so a lot of pretty race cars in the mix for this one. Mitch Garfield's in this one, that 27 machine. Kevin Gentile's in here in the 32. Lined up there. Josh Workmeister's in this one as well. A couple guys not gridded yet. Anisto in the 26. See the 31 just jump on this Andrew Hayne. Right by the 42 car, Steve. Man, this one's gonna be pretty wild. They're almost getting lapped as the warm-up laps are continuing here. Base car lights are off though, Steve. We're gonna get ready to rock and roll and go green here. Danta and Banning gonna take us to the green flag, and that's the only flag we're gonna see besides the white and checkered in this one.
Green, green, green.
And here we go. I am gonna have some trouble keeping up with all this stuff, Steve, but bear with me, man. We got a lot of action on the track. Five laps into this one, Sontag goes around. Right now, Anthony Dana and Blake Brown, your top two. Jeremy Banning's up there. Phil Martin down in the 46, already a lap down. Josh Workmeister in the 21 car, keeping it pretty clean so far. A lot of guys blinking in and out. We got Matt Clemens, he's here, trying to get around the 52. And in true enduro fashion, there's a lane down in 1 and 2 to work through. And the ticker cannot keep up, and neither can I right now. Joe Witkowski sitting in 12th right now. Wayne Coleman just behind him. And one of those cool paint schemes that we saw yesterday, Steve, looks like a Terry Labonte throwback we were talking about. Big mover right now, Dan Janjanin from 41st up to 23rd. Out the first 15 or so laps. A lot of cars kind of wrecking still, but a lot of them still lined up and just putting laps down. Absolutely. Danta out to a pretty good lead right now on Brown. See if we can get the graphic of fastest lap. It is Anthony Dana with a 15:49, so showing speed right now. Cars. You see Sontag going around there on the bottom. Huge train of cars there from 4th on back. You see Josh Workmeister, he's in 5th. He's on the lead lap. There's about 7 or 8 cars. Cars going flying. That's DJ Workmeister in the 08 car. But, man, it looks like going down... Look at this, wow. Oh, just nowhere to go. Coleman getting into a good acre. Witkowski on his lid. Clavy working through. Oh, man, the 6 car. Dave Gentile's trying to work that machine around. He's locking him up coming in through the bottom. Look out. Looks like Clemens is going to get a piece of him there to work his way around. Kevin Gentile in this one. He's sitting in 13th right now. Jeremy Banning right behind him. Looks like Banning's still in 3rd. Yeah, got a good run going right now. Whoa, barely gets clipped there by Gentile, making his way through. He's trying to work on the 31 car right now. Andrew Hain, looks like that is for position. A little farther back in this one, back in 16th, Jordan Blasky. He's racing around. You see Tim Scruggs going around there in the 19. Better than going through them, right? About 30, what was it, 19 laps down? So a lot of cars everywhere. One of them going to try to work under him here. Just ahead of him, there's cars getting sideways. He's going to move under. And it's not going to end anytime soon. Not even 50 laps into this one, Steve. Man, absolutely. These guys are putting on a heck of a show right now. Peyton Senfer, he showed speed all year long. He's sitting in 13th. Clean looking nose on that. Could be trying to just save his stuff and survive like all the rest of these guys. Looks like Sontag back there with no front bumper cover on it. Needs aero, right? Now, is Stan there with Jeremy at his channel, or is he on his own, or? Okay. Stan, you got a copy? Is this thing working for him here? We'll see if we can drag some of these guys in here. A lot of guys in the rooms. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely sure he does. We'll bring him back down. Who do you want to talk to, Steve? Let's grab... Josh Nelms, DJ Wellmeyer, Steve Bechtel up in the booth. How's it going, man? Currently sitting in 20th, 50 laps into this thing. Oh, rough, man. The car's looking pretty good. You're sitting there in the top 20 with half the field behind you, man. Just keep that thing rolling around there. You having fun? All right, sounds good, man. We'll let you go, and we'll look forward to talking to you a little later. Josh Nelms in the 714.
just a little bit. And of course, as I say it, two of our guys, Goodacre and Zolod's, go around and wreck each other. But it seems like things have kind of settled down a little bit. Driving a feel better for the car. Just man, this is just so intense to watch.
Absolutely, these guys all over the track right now, man. Everything's pretty wild and crazy. Trying to hooking up some audio issues here. Looks like Banning blows his engine maybe, or gets into a pretty big wreck there.
Yeah, and that might put Blake Brown on a lap 7. Now looks like Landon Hocking up to second place. Josh Workmeister, he's been pretty much in the top 10 most of the day in third. Jeremy Banning getting caught up in that mess a few laps ago. Back down to fourth. And Kevin Gentile sitting there in the top 5. Brad Plunkett, Ricky Wilson, Peyton Sempner, Mitch Garfield, and Andrew Hain. Hain's another one that's kind of right on the bottom end of the top 10 most of the race, as we're almost 70 laps through this one.
Checking through here, a lot of these guys kind of keeping it as calm as they can. Andrew Schroeder making some laps here in the 44. He's got Phil Martin right behind him. Not for position, though, as Martin's a little farther down.
Dusty turning some laps in that 9 car. Sitting there in the 26th spot, about where he started. Started 24th, back to 26th. Dusty has some enduro experience. I think he picked up an enduro win at Rockford Speedway a couple years ago. So the 98 car knows how to kind of maneuver traffic. But man, sometimes those cars just get in front of you and start flipping in the air. We saw them last broadcasting DJ, or the other day, I should say. And man, those cars, they get hit sometimes. They fly in the air 300 feet, it seems, and then they come down right in front of you.
Absolutely, yeah. The physics are a little weird as far as the wrecking goes with these guys, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy the whole time around. 71 laps completed in this one, and I want to say we have a new leader, Steve.
Yeah, I wonder if Blake Brown had to go to the lap fuel run. That's about what most of the guys are getting through practice. So we wonder if Blake Brown maybe had to go to the pits. Maybe we can get him up here on the bite and talk to him.
Blake Brown, DJ, and Steve up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
How you feeling, man? This is it's pretty wild out here, ain't it?
This is insane. I've never run an enduro before, and my heart's been racing this whole time.
Not a whole lot of room to breathe, man. Inside, outside, cars ahead of you the whole time, and
but it's hard to really get a clean lap in, so I don't know what to tell you. Just
Absolutely, man. I could definitely understand that, and you know, if you get 1 or 2 green flag laps in, whoa, look out! We're on board with you there. You see how fast things happen.
Yeah, he probably wants us to let him go so we can get back there. We'll let you get back out there. He did get the lead. He lost us. Kevin Gentile now for the first tonight is your leader in the 32, and Jeremy Banning, who went back to 5th or 6th, now back up to 2nd now as we start to see as well as some of them going into the pit. So top 5, 10 starting to shuffle up just a little bit. Blake Brown still in 2nd, Jeremy Banning 3rd, Ricky Wilson. Kevin Gentile was the only other driver on the lap. And yeah, this is enduro. If you ever go up to Rockford Speedway, they do this in the fall with the 4 cylinders for the Goblin 250, and I was up there a couple years ago. They started 207 cars, if you can imagine that. And man, you want to talk about fun. You know, they do that 2-3 times a year at Rockford Speedway. A lot of other tracks do the enduros as well. There's a traveling series, even some talk about maybe doing one of these, you know, at the Grundy County Speedway. They do it all the time during the Grundy County Fair, the Fair Time 250 they had for many years. So yeah, this is crazy, and this is only cars. So you could imagine if you get 100 of them there.
Absolutely, man. This is wild. I'd like to try to grab and see if we can grab the 46 car of Phil Martin. He's got himself a parking lot up in front of him. Phil, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, what are you thinking so far? You were up front a little bit, faded back a little bit. You got parking lots in front, behind. You went around early. How you feeling?
All right, just trying to figure out 70 laps.
Okay, all right. So we're going to at least have to come down twice. But if you're like anybody else here, there's been a lot of people making trips down pit road to get a faster pair and fix these things, man. There's been some parking lots and some lanes filled as you weave your way through right there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is absolutely insane. We're going to let you go. Good luck in the rest of this one, and keep picking them off, man.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, Ricky Wilson was up to, and he went around right. Talking to them. Let's focus on here running with us at Grundy County Speedway. Nice run up to the 4th spot. Started 6th, running 4th, so pretty much has kept that 25 car about where he started. Looks like about 4.
Oh.
Right as we talk about him, gets into Goodacre. Goodacre needs to sell some advertising space on the bottom of that car.
Yeah, he went around big time in that one and still ping-ponging around. Maybe he'll catch a break as he lands it on the inside of pit wall.
It's like a turtle, man. You start.
Oh man, Roger's gonna have to come around.
Hayne dog tracking down the front.
Yeah, I'll try to find him.
Yeah, he's been in the 10 most of the race. I see Danta back in the pits in the 5th. Right as he was trying to, he was up to 9th, I think, the last time I saw. Hayne still having problems trying to get into the pits. Looks like he got rear-ended. He's gonna pull that into the pit area. Andrew Schroeder, another driver, had to take a look at the 44 car running in the 4th spot. Looks like he's kept that thing somewhat clean. A little bit of damage.
And once again, when we click on him,
all we gotta do is click on somebody and they're gonna be involved in a wreck, man.
Holy cow.
These guys trying.
Oh my gosh.
Just misses it, noses it up in the wall. So Wilson went from 2nd. Now he's back down to, well, it says 3rd on the board, but we'll see how that.
He's currently in 3rd there. He's 2 laps down, or 4 laps down. I'm sorry.
Man, but his interview earlier, he said his heart ever since this race started, and like I said, I used to run type of races, and that's how it was, man. I remember my first enduro, and I take a piece of candy right before the start of the race, and about 50 laps in, I'm like, it's like literally stuck to the top of my mouth. I couldn't even get it to come down. It was just it was so like intense, man. Crazy. Now as you can take a look at the 13 car, actually 99 he used to be on Friday nights. He's actually a top runner with us, Mitchell Nelson, making a start here tonight, way back in 28th.
Parking lot down into turn 1 there.
Hey,
Steve.
shocker! Goodacre's on his roof again. I think Banning was. These guys, it's
a
like
lot of cars on pit road. Steve, man, this is so difficult. You don't get it, man. But we're gonna get you out here. You gotta experience it. This is absolutely insane what these guys are attempting to do, and to be within 10 laps of the leader is pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's who haven't we looked at? Let's take a look at the 60. The first guy to sign up, and last time we ran supers, he had his best finish. I think it was a 3rd place run, and now Plunkett's sitting there in 5th. Only a handful of laps down to the leader, no front end on that thing. And it's interesting to kind of quote Phil Martin. He said he had some damage on the car, but he was trying to figure out fuel mileage. I mean, you don't want to go in and fix damage when you need to gas 15 laps later. So maybe some of these guys holding out, fixing on those repairs until they absolutely have to with the gas. We mentioned 2 pit stops. If they're getting 70 laps, they might be able to do this on a 2 pit stop race, but most of the guys were saying they might have to pit really late. But again, that gets all thrown out the window when you come in and front end damage and you're putting gas in the car, I would imagine. Anyways, so yeah, crazy. Look at Danta trying to work his way back up into the top 10 after a couple of lengthy pit stops. And again, as soon as we mentioned, back in the pits in the 51, no front end on that car, the 714. Josh Nelms, Kyle Smith, another one we haven't really Friday nights with the street stocks. He kind of threads the needle with 3 or 4 cars up high and one flipping down low. The 32 of Kevin Gentile works his way past him. Gentile sitting there in 5th.
Denver moving up, but he's still 3 laps down, and he has to come down. He's going to get some tires and fuel as we just now reach the halfway point, Steve.
Yeah, man, this one's going by quick.
Nelms around up top here. A lot of cars here in this pack here. Steve and Rex in the 28. There's Zolot's on the bottom there. Still fighting hard. Maybe some damage on that 33 machine.
Gentile behind him in the 6th. Him much. I think this is his first street stock start with us here in the Grundy County Super Series in 36, though his night not going quite according to plan.
Let's see if we can get a word in with Wayne Coleman. What do you think there, Steve?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'll let you talk to him.
Wayne Coleman, DJ, and Steve up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
How you doing, my friend? You having some fun out there?
I'm having a lot of fun. Uh-oh. Ouch. Hang on. Straighten up.
You're good, dude. This is
No, I would say this is nothing like you'd ever see on a real track.
Yeah.
Well, you're in 20th, so about mid-pack. You got. We just wanted to check in and see if you were having fun or not. We'll let you get back to this one for the final half of the race.
That's the 42 of Wayne Coleman. See who else we can grab up here. Maybe we'll try to get a word in with Kevin Gentile as he's making some laps around here. Kevin Gentile, DJ, and Steve up in the booth. You got a copy? What's going on, man? You got yourself a parking lot in front of you.
Ever, man.
Out here, let me tell you.
You're sitting there in the top 5, just hitting halfway. Avoiding Rex is definitely going to be a key factor in winning this thing. What are you thinking? You having some fun?
Yeah, man. Avoiding the moving targets is always a blast. Somebody needs to take Blake out, though, to make a race out of this thing.
Well, hang on to it now as you spoke. There he goes on his lid right in front of you. So look for him to come around, maybe get a repair. Good luck in the rest of this one, man. There's Gentile. And as he kind of called it there, Steve, Brown goes around.
Yeah, let's see. Is he pitting or no? Looks like he only rolled over.
Right, yeah. He just barrel rolled, so he's good. Looks like he's got a 6-lap lead right now on Richard Wilson.
Yeah, Ricky Wilson has some enduro experience. And does as well. You
not afraid to use the bumper.
That's the Wilson bumper we're used to right here. And Coleman goes around. Gentile, Heil. Clavey down there, Nelms coming out of the pits again. This this is one of those things. I can't wait to talk to these guys afterwards and really just kind of get their thoughts and opinions and to see if they do it again. But this has been fun to watch, man. This is I can't believe how quickly it's going through. We might have to do a 300 lapper next time, considering how fast it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. We can kind of customize this as much as we want. So I'd say so far so good in our first little trial run of this. Huge amount of action every corner, every lap. We'll see who else we can get in here. Steve, who do you want to talk to? Anybody?
Let me look at the top 10. Let's see if we can get Brad.
Plunkett, you said?
Yeah, in the 63, running in 4th.
All right, go right ahead.
Brad Plunkett, Stephen DJ up in the booth. Brad Plunkett, you got a copy? Okay, well, Brad might not have the radio in. Focus that 4-race run that he is having. Who else? What about Devin Rogers? That's your.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get him up
Get
here.
him under. Talk to him a little bit.
Devin Rogers, DJ and Steve up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, dude, sitting there in the top 10, 6th spot as you're side-by-side right now with Bill Martin. What do you think of this Enduro? Have you ever done anything like this before on iRacing?
No, and this is kind of wild.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible here. We really appreciate the participation. We got a full field of cars, and you got traffic jams in front, behind you. What's your strategy look like for the rest of this race as you got about 79 laps to go?
Trying to be patient, get some laps back, and I go.
Oh, hang on, buddy. All right, man. Well, you gather that thing back up and get back to it, and we'll talk to you later, dude. Good luck the rest of the way.
Oh, Brad Plunkett, another there in the top 6, getting into the 25 is Josh Eastoe in the 26 car.
Absolutely. Let me find him here.
Yeah, not sure if all these guys do have talked to all of them. Newcomers here, first time kind of running with the Grundy County Speedway Super Real Estate.
He's still unavailable currently right now.
Let's try to get Zolod's in here. He wasn't available. He has his first drink underneath him. Stan Zolod, Stephen DJ in a.
Oh, Steve and DJ, how are you, sir?
You gotta do it there, Stan. How you doing, man?
I'm having a really good time. I raced I was in it for the first half. I got Stan in it right now, just because.
You should get back in it.
This is
You should
nuts.
get back in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take over with I think about 20 to go. I'm gonna get back in it and finish it up. But wow, this has been an experience. Wow.
Yeah, this is cool, man. Schepp for our weekly race as well, and this is like I said, your first probably shot at enduros. Look at this angle right here, man. It's like there's ice over there in turn 1. What are your thoughts though of this, Stan?
You know, it's not even controlled chaos at this point. I mean, there's parts in the race where you're racing around some guys and they're actually trying, and then there's a couple of them that are in over their head. Me being one of those, but at least I kind of let guys go. But it's insane, man. It's a bunch of fun. You catch yourself laughing so hard you can't see. You got tears in your eyes because you're just giggling. They're all angry and having a good old time. You know it's good racing then when you're upsetting people.
Yeah,
if you're not, right?
Right.
Yeah, our only complaint, this one's 100 pretty quick. Our only complaint, we might get done pretty early. Might have to go 300 next time. Hopefully you can stick around afterwards and we can have a chat with you after your last stint in the car.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. All right, I appreciate you inviting us to be part of this and Schepp Real Estate, and it's been a whole bunch of fun.
Thanks, man. I was Stan Zolod's into 30 racing with him and his son kind of taking turns in the car. Well, your leader rounds. Kevin Gentile second, Peyton Sempner in third, Ricky Wilson fourth. Look at Anthony Danza, the recovery that he has had into the 5th spot. Andrew Schroeder in the 44 in 6th. Devin Rogers 7th. Josh Eastoe, a nice run. Brad Plunkett, Jeremy Banning, Dan Witt, all up there in the top 12.
What do you say we try to get a word in with Andrew Schroeder?
Sure.
Do it. Andrew Schroeder, DJ and Steve up in the booth. You got a copy?
A bit loud.
I'm a bit louder. You're loud. You hear me?
Did you say I'm loud?
No, you're good. How's it going so far, man? You're sitting there up in the top 10.
It's definitely going interesting. I had Danta on my sights there for a little bit.
Yeah, we seem to jump on board and talk to people, and every time we do, they kind of get into a little mess here, so we'll try to keep it short for you. But just wanted to get your thoughts on how's it going so far, and only about 63, 65 laps to go.
Definitely reminds me of being in the rookie series for a while there, but it's a whole lot of fun.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the way.
You guys, hopefully you'll be talking to me at the end here.
Absolutely, dude.
It's
All right.
in the 51, but still up there running. Let's see who we haven't talked to, maybe in the 11th through 20th bracket. Matt Clemens. Let's get a word with him if we can in the 199.
Go ahead, Steve. Drum man.
Matt Clemens, Steve and DJ up in the booth. Matt Clemens, you got a copy? So Matt may not have. Yeah. Oh, you got us, Matt?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he got his hands full, going over the wall, stuck on the wall. Every time we talk to somebody, they seem to get involved in a wreck. Man, this has to be probably one of the craziest things you've ever.
Still there?
Yeah, we hear you.
Alright, I got you now again. It was cutting out.
Yeah, we were just saying this is it's got to be one of the wildest races you've ever been a part of on iRacing.
Part of iRacing, yes, but, you know, just like most mid-am races, it seems like I'm pretty used to it. It happens.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's good you got some experience with that, and get that thing fixed up, man. Right now, sitting in the top 15. A lot of racing left in this one, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, DJ.
There's Clemens. They're still on pit road. Like Dana moving up into third here, Steve.
Yeah, it says third, but I might fourth for him. I'm not sure if that. Do you seen the same thing I says? How it goes first, second, fourth, third?
Yeah, it'll usually take a lap to update.
Gotcha.
And Coleman, Clavy, all these guys sideways. Dana, whoa! 52 goes flying.
Blake Brown hard on the brakes, and he makes.
See if we can get a replay of that there.
I mean, just domino effect, man.
Yeah, absolutely nowhere to go for these guys, and
Look at the 71. Come on! What the hell?
oh my gosh, I can't get enough of that. It's too good. Sorry.
So yeah, Danta, Sempner sitting there. I mean, they're pretty far back, Browns, because he's involved in a wreck and has to limp around to the pits. Quick repair. You know, he's gonna get some laps down. Is that Gentile sitting backwards? Yeah, in the 47, half in, half off the.
Kevin hits him there.
Gentile hits the other Gentile. Straighten them out. The Gentile family is all nerves.
Hey,
That's a
Dave
screen.
Gentile, this is DJ and Steve up in the booth. You got a copy? Like Dave focusing hard on trying to keep that 6 car back together. So we'll try again a little bit later.
Man, we're almost to 50 to go, DJ.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy, man. Maybe we'll see if we can get Mitch Garfield in here real quick, and then we'll call the rest of the race and do some interviews here. Mitch Garfield. This is DJ and Steve up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, I got a copy. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How you doing? About 50 laps to go in this thing. How's your race been so far?
A little bit up and down. It's never a good thing to start lap 1 on your roof, but had a nice little recovery back up to 6, and had about 6 resets in a row, so just trying to salvage what I can.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Everybody pretty much on the same page that we've talked to. Arrow not really meaning anything right now as you're sitting there making some pretty good laps with no nose on the car and a really busy track up ahead of you here, man.
Yeah, just trying to keep what I have left clean, but definitely not a disadvantage at this point.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go. Good luck the rest of the way, and we look forward to talking to you a little later.
Well, thank you, guys.
Man, these guys are so crazy.
Dana up to second, made his way back through this one as he works around Coleman. Janin going around there. He might hook a berm. Watch out for him.
Let's
Goodacre trying
talk to Janin. We haven't talked to him.
Absolutely. Let's jump on with him. Let me see if I can find him on the track first. He's been a pretty big mover in this one.
Started 41st up to 6th. One heck of a run. Looks like he went pits. It was a 7 dodging a bullet. Schroeder goes around in the 44 car. Look at some of those big movers up in the top 5. Schroeder up 26 spots from the start of that race. We'll have to keep track of that.
Absolutely. Good graphic there. As you see Schroeder hitting the wall. Rogers parking lot on the back straightaway there. Making his way around there. Fanatec moving up into the top 10 as he hits Nelms. Nelms goes for a little bit of a ride.
And you know it's going to be funny. These the computer and coming onto the Driving J network, watching the replay of this thing, they're going to want to see everything that happened. Landon, he was up in the top 10 there for a while.
Yeah, currently sitting in 18th right now.
Yeah. You know, is he in here? They said they were going to...
I don't see them.
No. Okay.
No, they're not in here. The only people we haven't really talked to, both Wilson's there, and then Tim Stragum.
Let's talk to Ricky Wilson in the 7th. I'll give him a little chat here.
I don't know which one's which. Let's just bring them both in because we got a 3 and a 57 here.
It'll be the 3, the 57 car, Ricky Wilson, the driver up in 10. Wilson, Ricky Wilson, Steve here in the...
What's going on, Steve?
This is probably the craziest iRace you've been a part of.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. It a lot of fun.
Sitting there in 6th spot, you got to be happy. Lap starting to wind down. We'll see if the leaders have still a chance to maybe put that thing in victory lane.
You're talking about my father. I'm sitting in about 20th right now.
Oh, I didn't see. I'm used to you and the. Yeah, well, we don't want to talk to you. Rick, and you got a copy?
I don't think this is working.
All right, we tried.
Busy. All right, we tried. Thank you guys for joining us here. We look forward to talking to you guys a little bit later.
Yeah, Ricky normally drives the 50. Looks like his dad in that car tonight. Ricky in the 7, Devin Rogers goes around, and like Brown, man, he was only down to a 2-lap lead. I don't know if he had some problems and finally decided to bring it to the pit area. Now he kind of stretched it out a little bit more, and now the nerves got kind of be settling in here. You know, less than 40 laps to go. A pretty comfortable lead. You know, not a bad deal to be sitting at home on a Friday night during a pandemic.
He's had his fair share of troubles. I've seen him go around a few times, not as many as other people, but yeah, keeping it as clean as you possibly can with about 35 to go.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe get some for everybody on Facebook to see where everybody finished. But man, what a crazy fun run! All these guys still out there churning laps, having fun. Every one of them out there at one time has probably been on their lid. No front end.
We got you up here in the booth. What are you thinking, man? This one's pretty wild, huh?
I am really not sure what is. I don't have any thoughts, honestly. I'm about to go around again and catch the end of pit wall.
Yeah, watch it. Don't Kurt Busch it there at Homestead. Straighten her
Oh
up.
no, I full on Mark Martin it there.
Okay. Well, good luck the rest of the way.
This is crazy.
Man. You've been in and out of pit road and stuff. You're only about 53 laps down, so maybe another 200 laps and you'll have them.
Well, I tell you what, if my pit crew hasn't earned their ice cream after this,
look at them out of the pits. Landon Hawkins saying, "Get out of the way."
Well, I can't exceed the pit road speed limit. I'm trying to follow the rules here.
There you go. Well, good luck the rest of the way, Chris, man. It's been pretty wild. We only got about 30 to go.
Oh, thank God.
Look at Chris Sontag in the top 10, sitting there in that 9th. I saw that paint job earlier. I mean, pretty much every week, and I'm thinking, man, that's a good paint job to have for enduros, because if you can't see that a straightaway ahead, that car sitting sideways on the track, you definitely have enough time to try to avoid that thing. But sharp paint job on the 3 of Chris Sontag. Nice pack of cars there with no wrecking. They got around some wrecks, but they're not wrecking. Good.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4 wide. Martin going to the top there, trying to work that 46 car up. As you see Sontag going around.
Yeah, we're the curse. Anybody we talk about, Sontag was up. As soon as we start talking to him, he goes around.
Yep. Oh, Gentile coming right up in front of Dana.
I think DJ Werkmeister holds the record. He's been upside down. I think he just got out and left the car there on the track.
I have no idea. A couple guys locking the brakes up. He's maybe working his way, making his way down pit road. Can't make the left-hand turn, so gonna bring it back out there and duke it out some more.
Man, I don't know, DJ. We didn't know what to. I'd be up for another one. I'd to see these guys in these street stock type cars, or maybe the new ones, the 87 Monte Carlos and Thunderbirds. That might be something to get these guys, give a chance for all of them to get the car first, but that might be something down the road, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We can kind of be as creative as we want. We can put it on dirt. We can go to a super speedway and unlimited restrictors running about 250 miles an hour. We can do a whole bunch of stuff here, so it'll just be to how much participation, but with 41 cars out on the track right now, it's pretty insane, pretty fun, and I'm really ecstatic with the amount of cars we have and the participation we got from all these guys.
Yeah, I think the last thing. They're on dirt as laps start to wind down on this one. 21 to go. Your top 5. Blake Brown in the 71 has led most of this. Got by Anthony Danta early, leading 137 laps on this one. Peyton Zempner in the 2nd spot in the 7. Anthony Danta has led early, went back to probably about 15th, 16th, worked his way back up a couple of times. In the 3rd spot.
Oh gosh. Sorry.
32. Yeah, no, this is hilarious, man. Kevin Gentile in the 4th spot, and then Rick Wilson driving the 57, and he probably has more enduro experience than anybody out here. 57 car racing around there. Him and Josh Numbs, enduro experience.
Absolutely. The fast lane, Steve, seems to be the lane where no cars are.
Yeah, that's what you just had to. It was so if you wanted to stay safe, you kind of ran the bottom. And if you wanted to make up time and pass a lot of cars, you went up top because there wasn't that many up there. And now at the end of this race, there seems to be less cars running up high. A lot of these cars got damaged, haven't pitted yet, so the cars aren't handling as good. So they're trying to stay to the bottom of the track. And yeah, this is wow, this is great.
16 laps to go. Let's get one more quick interview in, Steve. We got an awesome paint job here. Robert Clavy, you got a copy? This is DJ Steve, DJ and Steve up in the booth. Going to be our last guest for the evening. See if he responds to us here. If not, we'll send him back up and we'll finish his last 10 laps out here, Steve.
Yeah, Robbie Clavey, you got may not have the microphone hooked up, so we'll can let you guys watch the last handful of lap. So Blake Brown, just as we talked about it, goes around, has some damage, takes a big hit. So let's see how this is going to play out. Is he going to damage? Sefner just went around him up a lap. Is the 71 going to try to limp around and finish this one, or is he going to take it to the pit area? You see Danta going around him. So obviously the 71 running much slower, but do you want to take the time to pit and for sure lose maybe 3-4 laps, or just kind of try to hang on?
Yeah, definitely looks like he's going to try to finish this thing, and I'd love to see the victory lane picture of this one if he continues on and finishes this one out.
Yeah, I don't think you got many of them. I tell you, that thing is probably pegged. Yeah, this is crazy. So we'll see if the 7 car doesn't look like he's catching them. Actually, Danta in the 7 of Sempner are now battling for the second spot. Anthony Danta up to second. But the 71, even as he's going around slower, still keeping up a decent enough pace. No, did go to the pit area.
That is quick repair. Only lost about 2 laps. As you see these guys not slowing down anytime soon as they come off of pit road here.
And Blake's like, don't hit me. I just got it fixed.
Right? Coming around to 8 to go this time by. Danta about 5 laps down. Plunkett working his way around. He's in the top 10. Sontag's in the top 10.
This has been fun, DJ. I hope all you fans out there watching on DJ Network are enjoying yourself, having some fun. Still got one more race next week. We're going to have a super late model, and that one will be a big one. We'll have more information about that. Glad you tuned into us here tonight for the 200 lap enduro for the street stocks.
Which way to go here as we're on board with Banning.
Yeah.
Other cars seems to be the best way to go as Clavy works his way onto pit road the hard way. Pogo's sticking himself down over pit wall. A little bump to Martin there as he comes through 3 and 4. But right now, the 71's just doing wreck avoidance right now. He's coming around to 4 laps to go.
Well, we'll follow the 71 here. Just hit the cone. Coming out of the pits, there was another one on the track.
This is exactly what he...
Get it down to a crawl, 20 miles. Try to pass some of these cars through the smoke, the flames, the wreckage, the body parts on the track, the car body parts, not real body parts. But, yeah, it's, he'll just move up the track, let Blasky get by him, let him make up a lap. There's no real pressure to fight in. And the white flag is out for the 71 of Brown.
Coming around, he's gonna do it. Swerves a little bit. Little celebrationary swerve there. Everybody gonna hit their final lap here and call it quits as we see some guys going flying still. Dan is going to end it.
The race a wall. A lot of guys do this when the race ends. You know, why should the last lap be any different than the rest of the race? We'll see if Sempner can 3 interviews here.
Okay.
This is
See
crazy.
if, some of these guys, I don't know if second or third will make their way down, but your winner is going to be Blake Brown.
Yeah, he went. Burn it down. Get some rubber laid out there. Make it down to victory lane. Took the lead on, about 43 laps into it, and pretty much had clear sailing. He had some problems, but man, what a run car of Blake Brown. Do we have any of the other guys there? No.
Yep, just the one man standing here. We'll try to get Blake up in here. Go ahead and take it away there, Steve.
Blake Brown, Steven DJ up and Blake Brown, you got a copy?
Yep, now I got you, Steve. You cut out a little bit at first.
Finally, 200 laps in the book.
You hear Steve there, Blake, at all?
I keep hearing bits and pieces of you guys. Sorry.
Not a problem. We got a lot of traffic going on right now. He's just saying, man, you survived it. Looked a little rough there, down to about 2-lap lead, which is actually considered a small lead in this one, but you ended up sealing the deal off there, 5 laps ahead of Danta. He fell back as far as 15th and then made his way back up to second. What do you think about the first Grundy County Enduro, my friend?
Man, I'm obviously pretty pumped right now. It was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'd be saying it if I wasn't sitting on the front stretch right now. And the first 50 laps or so was stressful because I didn't have a big lead and you just didn't know what was going to happen. Once I got a couple laps ahead of second place, I felt a little more comfortable and knew that if I got caught up in a couple wrecks, I'd be able to reset once or twice and still have a lead. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Well, we really appreciate you joining us, and you got yourself a pretty big payday for hanging out and having some fun on a simulator. So congratulations for that, and we'll have that cash to you tonight. But yeah, man, low risk, high reward for you, and congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for putting this on. It's been fun doing this every week. I didn't know how the enduro race was going to go. We had a lot of fun running the super lates, but it was a lot of fun tonight. Hopefully the fans enjoyed it. Thank you guys.
All right, man. Congratulations. Not a problem at all. And look for more in the future for these races. All right, and then we'll try to bring up our rough there. A lot of these guys may be taking a little bit of a break here, Steve, after 200 laps of constant action. They didn't really get any time at all to calm down at all. So
yeah, no caution, no chance to grab a drink or yeah. I'll tell you what though, man, a fun race. Again, if we can get maybe some screenshots of the field through here, DJ, and I can get those posted.
Yeah, not a problem at all. We got one more interview we'll try to do here. Steve Peyton Senfer there in the 7 made his way up from, looks like 10th spot. Only a lap down to Danta there, and then finishing in the top 3. Peyton, what'd you think about this one?
Yeah, it was my first enduro, and it was pretty eventful. I expected it to be chaotic, but there was a few things I didn't expect that I had to deal with. But all in all, to finish P2 of these two guys, I'm pretty happy with that. So.
Yeah, heck yeah, man! This was pretty wild. What'd you think from start to finish? I mean, there was cars all over the track, kind of all race long, and there's no escaping it at all. But yeah, man, congratulations and heck of a run.
Thank you.
All right. right, and that'll do it. That's your third place finisher there. Drop him down and put these guys back down into their respective rooms. Steve, let's do a rundown real quick and then let these guys go. We'll get some pictures, post them up online for anybody who missed it, and then share the links of where this video is posted. Short little race here, about an hour and a half or so, and a ton of action per minute here in this Enduro tonight, presented by Schepp Real Estate.
Yeah, Blake Brown in victory lane. Third, Jeremy Banning, Kevin Gentile, Devin Rogers, Brad Plunkett, Andrew Schroeder, Josh Easto, your top 10. Chris Sontag in the 11th spot, Mitch Garfield, Philip Martin, Dan Witt, Landon Hocking, Josh Nelms, Mitchell Nelson, your top 20.
And the back half of the field is going to be the 28 of Stephen Rex, Robert Clavey the second, Wayne Coleman finishing in 23rd, gaining 5 spots in that 42 machine. You got Cameron Hale in the 98, Josh Workmeister, who was up front early, he ends up 25th, Charles McTrinder, Kyle Smith, Lawrence Adams, Stan Zolotz worked his way back up to 29th there in the 33, and then Tim Scroggum is going to be in the top 30 there, rounding that one out. Clayton Schuler, he finished in 31st. Jordan Blasky, Michael Morris, Dave Gentile, Chris Goodacre with a top 35 run there. Good job, Chris. Only 63 laps down. Good to see that car up in the top 35. And you got DJ Workmeister, Austin Hain, or Andrew Hain, I'm sorry, Nick Zantrizos, Chet Krzija, Joe Witkowski is going to be in 40th, and rounding this one out is going to be Ron Vandermeer Jr.
DJ, do we have the graphic of the...
Sorry, you cut out, Steve?
Do we have a graphic for the hard charger?
We can find out who it was. I have the biggest movers as far as who the top 5 were, but I'll be going through this race and seeing who the top charger was, and we'll let everybody know as soon as this thing ends. We'll throw up a little post there to make it known who jumped the most spots.
Might have been the 44 if he was looking pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Top 10 spot for him. So we'll see where everybody started and the positions gained and go from there.
Yeah, we gotta bring in Stan.
Ready.
Uh-oh, there's that guy.
Stan, DJ, and Steve up in the booth. You got us?
Absolutely.
Your first Enduro in the books. Your thoughts?
Wow, I don't even know how to answer that. I don't have a whole bunch of iRacing experience. The kid was giving me tips all week. I probably had about 90 laps on the car before I started, and it showed. But it was fun, man. It was crazy. There was a lot of angry elves on the radio throughout that race. There was some serious bitterness, but it was really cool to be part of it. There might have been some racing in the middle of it. I don't think I was involved in any of that, but man, there was some serious carnage. It was fun. I'm sure it was really, really entertaining from the booth.
Yeah. Now, quick question for the late models, police stuff. Did you have to explain to them what an Enduro was and what they were getting involved in this week?
Of course, because that was probably the first time John Schepp heard that word. So yeah, I kind of gave him the explanation of it, and of course he came back with, well, that sounds like that's going to be a demolition derby experience with iRacing, so that ought to be extremely entertaining, and pretty much just kind of looked at me and said, good luck.
Well, then he knew for sure it was going to be a
Yeah, for sure, because I am not a racer. I don't claim to be one. That is strictly for crazy people.
That's right.
And I'll do scarier things as car owner. I'll write checks. That's way scarier than the driving part.
True. No lie there, Stan.
But yeah, that was entertaining. It was great to be part of it. Schepp Real Estate coming on board for something new like that. That's what he's all about, kind of marketing and some new things. And this was right in his wheelhouse. Perfect.
Well, we appreciate everything that you Schepp Real Estate. We're going to have one more for Super Late. You'll be back to cruise. The kid put it in victory lane last week. We'll see if he can kind of go back to back for Super Late models. You got to be excited to see a 200 lap race for supers. We're going to have some pit stops finally, some tire changes, some strategy involved in that one. Your team has to be pretty excited.
Oh, for sure, 200 lapper and having tons of time to get through the field if something were to happen or whatever, to make adjustments and all that kind of jazz. I think isn't the rules we're allowed to change tires and all that good stuff on this one?
Oh yeah, you'll have a tire bill.
Oh, fantastic! So yeah, he's excited about that. Be able to make adjustments like that and try to drag that number 33 Schepp Real Estate Super Late model to victory lane, my friends.
Well, a lot of new people tuned in tonight. So basically anybody, car. So maybe some last chance races and qualifying races, whatever. Expecting that to be a good show, and then hopefully before too long we can get back to some real racing here at Grundy County Speedway. But until then, we've definitely been having some fun here doing this. Never thought, 6 weeks ago or whenever it was, when we kind of had this idea, getting a crew on board to produce and race direct and announce, and you came on and you've been such a huge help with sponsorship, allowing us to do that. Never thought we'd still be doing it, basically, June, and got one more to do, and then we're going to maybe enjoy some of our summer, hopefully, on some Friday nights, and hopefully that includes being at the Grundy County Speedway. So, Stan, again, want to thank you for everything that you've done. Schepp Real Estate, really appreciate their continued effort, and we'll probably talk about them a whole lot more next week for the 200-lap Super Late model race, and hope you had fun, buddy, and we'll talk to you next week.
We did. Thank you much, Steve. Just one real quick note. The actual real race car is on display this weekend at Schepp Buick GMC in Maryville. It'll be out on in their parking lot tomorrow from 9 to 5. So if any fans want to stop by and grab a can koozie with the Schepp Real Estate logo on it and purchase a new GMC Cadillac Buick from Schepp, that would be awesome.
And Stan, let everybody know where they can find car shows and stuff like that during the season. So let everybody know where they can kind of find that schedule.
Yeah, take a look on our Facebook page, S4 Motorsports, the number 4 Motorsports. We're on Facebook and whatever other crazy things we're on. I don't get involved in that stuff. But yeah, definitely check us out on the Facebook page. Everything's up in the air right now with all the different shows we do, but the schedule's starting to come together. I know as of right now, we've got some cruise nights coming up in July in the town of Lowell, Indiana, and I know for the 4th of July, we're doing a parade in the Lake of the Four Seasons area. So yeah, keep an eye on our Facebook page as car shows and cruise nights start coming up. We'll get them posted, and great to see the fans out there to take a look and grab some of our great giveaways.
Cool. Well, again, fans, we'll have some more information shortly. The real season at the Grundy County Speedway. So DJ got that one in the books. It was crazy, like we thought it was, man, but definitely had to doing it.
Yeah, man, this was wild, and not knowing what to expect. I do have to say, I love seeing that 0 under cautions and all that green flag racing, though, Steve.
Yeah, it went by quick, 200 laps. Helping us with sponsorship, and he got to run iRace, and then our crew, from Chris Goodacre and Jeremy Banning, they're usually taking turns, running the feed or doing the announcing, working the cameras. Phil Martin, who most of you don't see, is busy race directing, and they're kind of the backbone of helping us do these productions every Friday night, and they all got the night off. All 3 of them got to race. Jeremy, with the bragging rights out of that group, started second, great qualifying run, finished 4th, only 12 laps down, but it was great to see the driving network guys kind of have a good night where they could just go out and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a great time, and I think, Steve, it's time to wrap it up, man.
Yeah, again, follow us at GrundyCom.com is the Facebook page. Also follow the Drive-In DJ Network on Facebook. Give them a like, a follow. Anytime we post a race, it's also going to be there as well. So, again, thanks for tuning in. We still have race to go next Friday night. There's a chance we do some more during the summer. Not going to commit to that 100% if the guys still want to do it. But, again, as it gets nicer out, warmer out, even if we're not racing, still want to kind of enjoy the summer some. So, again, had a great time tonight. We're going to do it again next Friday, 200 laps for super late models. On behalf of Schepp Real Estate, the Drive-In DJ Network, DJ Weltmeyer, I'm Steve Bechtel. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everybody again next Friday night.